Here with two guys that were sent here to make us feel like small man boys.
Oh, yeah. No. Guys, we're not that short. They're 9 feet tall.
Is my son back here?
Yeah, Mathias Kiwanuka, New York Giants, and, of course, Carlos Dunlap, Cincinnati Bengals. Thanks for being here, fellas.
No problem. Thanks for having us.
You're the type of guys that put fear in the eyes of quarterbacks around the world for the last decade or so.
You play quarterback?
No, but you're putting fear in my eyes right now.
Yeah.
I feel like if I were.
I was kind of scared when I met you guys, to be honest, yeah.
Yeah, I thought I saw your hand shaking
a
little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Now, when you play, think of the past or now. What quarterback do you love to get the best of? Who do you get the most joy out of catching?
That's a good one. It's always got to be in the conference. So for me, it was, playing against whoever was in Redskins jersey or playing against Tony Romo, the guys who really had a chance to pick us apart because they knew us. They saw us twice a year. They studied us. They practiced up against us. So we knew we had to win this game if we had a chance to make it forward.
For me this year, it was getting Tom Brady. I didn't have him on my resume. And, he was one of the greatest ever. So, I wanted to get him. All these talks about retirement.
Yeah.
I don't want to leave it up to next year, so I made sure I got him this year.
How did it feel?
It felt amazing.
Yeah.
You saw my celebration. I couldn't tell you what I did. It just came out.
Well, you got Baker a bunch this year, and he's the type of guy I feel like it would be fun to get.
No, he's definitely fun to get. Anytime in the Battle of Ohio, like he said, conference games, getting those guys, but, I had to go the one off. Wanted to go with one of the greats, although Baker has a lot of potential.
Did you say anything specific to Mayfield or Brady when you sacked them or no?
Oh, I said, Brady, I need this jersey. I said, he said to me, he said, why are you trying to get me so hard? He said, you got a bunch of sacks. I said, yeah, but I don't got you on my resume. Yeah, I need you because there was a couple times, 3 or 4 times that I got his arm and he completed the pass for big plays. He's like, what are you doing? Why you keep counting at me? Why you keep talking to me?
It's a bragging right, man. It's a bragging right.
Well,
all right, let's talk about the game this weekend.
Yeah, 2 of the best at catching the pass.
Right, exactly. How do you guys contain Mahomes? What should the 49ers do? What would you guys do?
You said it right there. Contain. I cannot stress this enough. That's how they're going to have a chance to win this game. If you let him get outside the pocket where he's extending the plays, he's going to pick you apart. If you let that play go on longer than it should, the coverage is going to break down on the back end. When you're talking about rushing, as great pass rushers, and you know this, the desire to take that inside move or to go outside of your position because you're an athlete, this is open. I can take it. You got to ignore that voice in your head and say, okay, I'm going to trust my man next to me. He's going to be in his gap. I'm going to be in mine. We might not get 10 sacks, but we're going to push the pocket, make him uncomfortable, and force him to do something that he doesn't want to do.
Now, these young guys like Bosa, Buckner, are they going to be a little too fired up? Or you think that energy is going to actually be, to their advantage?
One of the biggest things that the San Francisco 49ers D-line has done, all 4 of them have been in cahoots with each other. There's 4 pass rush lanes on the field when you have a rushing quarterback or dual threat quarterback, and no matter what games that they're running, they all seem to be in sync. Each one of them are on their 4 dots, and that's how they've been able to get the quarterback down and contain quarterbacks, like you said.
Now, you talk about my team, the 49ers.
Yeah,
now,
I've seen the shirt.
How do you –
He's on the team. He's the talent boy. The water boy. No, he's the water boy.
So, I mean, you can tackle.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. How do you stop that Kyle Shanahan, all these different looks? I feel like they got like 20 different looks in the run game. How do you stop that?
Blitz them.
Yeah.
That's easy. No, for me. I mean, I played under Coach Spags, and I have an understanding of what he likes to do on the defense, so I'll talk about him specifically. There's going to be run blitzes. There's going to be pass blitzes. There are going to be blitzes for this side of the field. There's going to be blitzes for when they come out of the locker room, and everybody has to hit home when it's their turn. Now, that means that everybody in the back end has to play great coverage, not just good coverage. If you're dropping a guy out of coverage, that means everybody else has to be almost perfect. But once you do that, you slow them up, you make them second guess a little bit. Now the run game is not as effective as it was, and you can get after the passer.
So if you blitz and do what you're saying, Jimmy Garoppolo, it's going to really be up to him if he's going to make mistakes or deliver.
Yeah, and with that RPO game nowadays, he's one of the best at it. I feel like when you blitz him, you got to pick your poison. You got to get home. Like he said, discipline is going to be key. Guys got to be where they need to be. Guys got to get home when they need to be. Otherwise, those big plays happen. And those are things defensive players don't like to see or defensive linemen like to see when you're getting after the quarterback and then you got to turn and run 30 yards.
It's 3rd and long, and now you got to run 60 yards for 1st and 10. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Something I like to see is that ring right there. I know you got 2 of them, right? So my question is for you, Mathias. Eli Manning just retired.
Hall of Famer.
All right.
I knew where this was going.
There you go.
I knew this was going. Hall of
Two-time
Famer.
champ, two-time
Hall of
Super Bowl
Famer.
MVP. There's no question.
There's
Tell
no
us
question. Most passing yards by a quarterback in the playoffs. He's like 4th, I think, all time in fourth quarter comebacks. He is a gamer, and you know what I'm talking about. Great players step up in big games. I don't care how good your regular season record is. If we need you to make a play and you're not there, we didn't win. He showed up when he needed to. And the other thing I say is he didn't just get dropped off in Indianapolis or dropped off in Arizona. He played all throughout those seasons and got us into those games. And there were some times when, you know, we try to keep our opposing offenses under 17 points, right? Yeah. Now, there's some times we gave up 30-something, 35, and we're looking at ourselves on the bench like, come on. And he would walk up and down the bench and be like, I got you guys. I got you. And he would run down the field, that 2-minute offense, boom, 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 boom. So if you just take what he did, what he was able to do in the big moments, take his fourth quarter comebacks, take his effective big plays, his effectiveness in that 2-minute offense, I think you got to put it all together.
Carlos, one last thing. I know you guys got the #1 pick. You excited about a possible new quarterback that just won a national championship?
Well, I am excited seeing his game and seeing and hearing everyone talk about his game. You know, guys who play football, guys who don't. They say he's the pro. He's going to come in naturally like a pro. He's a leader of a team, and I've seen what he was able to do in big games. He stepped up to make big plays, like he said. A quarterback who makes big-time plays in big-time situations and puts you in winning positions, that's a winning recipe. And right now, we didn't have too many wins next year, so anything that can add extra wins, I'm with it.
Well, whoever it is going to have to go buy you lunch or breakfast, right? Because you're the Pro Bowler, they're the rookie.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, I already told Sam Hubbard to bring Joe because he's down here in Miami. Bring him over to Honey Uninhibited right in Brickell. So I think they'll be over here probably Saturday because I know they got a whole – because him and Sam Hubbard are really good friends. So they got a whole slew of appearances together. So Sam's already courting them into the Bengal world. But, they're friends first. So whether he's a Bengal or not, they're going to always be friends. But I told them both to come on over to Honey.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports, more analysis, download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+. We'll see you there.